When it comes to self-defense, knowing where to strike your opponent is very important. Unlike combat sports, you don't have multiple rounds to figure things out or to weaken a specific part of your opponent's body. Also, in self-defense, there are no rules and you're able to use anything and everything to attack your opponent, and you're also able to strike your opponent everywhere. Now, in combat sports, there are rules put in place to keep you and your opponent safe and to also keep the match entertaining. Again, in martial arts or in self-defense, there are no rules when it comes to survival. Anytime you're attacking your opponent's head, the first thing you want to go for are the eyes. Now, you can attack the eyes, what we call an eye gouge. That's anytime you can stick your fingers in your opponent's eyeball. Now, this is going to temporarily blind your opponent, or it may permanently blind them, depending on how good your eye gouges are. Now, if you're looking for a knockout, you want to aim for the chin or the temple. These 2 points are going to cause the head to rotate. Anytime the head rotates at an alarming rate, the brain is going to ricochet off the skull, causing it to bruise or get a contusion. And that's going to send a signal to the body to shut down in order to protect the brain from further damage. That's how a knockout occurs. So again, you want to aim for the chin or the temple in order to cause some type of rotation to cause a knockout. Now, right here, this is your sternum. What sits behind your sternum is a cluster of nerves known as your solar plex. What happens when you hit that, it causes your diaphragm to contract. That gives you this very winded feeling and it's hard to breathe. Now, this glove is going to represent your liver. Your liver is your second biggest organ and it sits primarily on the right side of the body. Now, a portion of it is exposed at the midline. Now, if you notice, a lot of your liver is exposed and it's not protected. The reason being is that your 11th and 12th rib are known as your floating ribs and they stop back here. So you don't have any ribs really protecting the lower portion of the liver. So anytime you're attacking the right side of the body, you want to aim for the liver. What happens when you hit the liver, basically it sends a signal to the brain to shut down. You're disrupting the vagus nerve and that's going to give you this very nauseous feeling and it's going to be very painful. And since it's sending a signal to the brain, it's going to be a delayed reaction. So you can hit your opponent in the liver, they can back off and be okay, and then they're going to wince over in pain because they're finally receiving that signal to shut down. At the very end of your center line, there's a cluster of nerves that is very vulnerable, especially if you're a male. Now, in combat sports, it's frowned upon to hit there, but hey, you get one warning. In a self-defense situation, go for it. It's more than likely going to save your life. Again, anytime you're in a self-defense situation, you want to aim for the eyes, the temple, the chin, the solar plex, the liver, or the groin.